So recently, we had a Vivicard drop, and I made a very long video on it. Go check that out. But in said Vivicard drop, we got Vivicards for all the Vegapunk associated characters, meaning Vegapunk, Stella, and all of his various satellites. What is so interesting about these cards this time around is that we got some sketches to go along with them, and we got sketches for every single one of the satellites and Vegapunk himself. But I want to turn our attention to York. In the preliminary sketches for York, she is depicted as some sort of frog creature and a weird crocodile looking creature, or it could be another frog, I'm not sure. But wouldn't it be interesting if she's able to do it? Because I'm not really sure how Devil Fruit mechanics work when it comes to the satellites. But if she is able, what if she eats a frog Devil Fruit in the future? Because there really hasn't been too many amphibian devil fruits that I know of. All we have is the axolotl fruit, and that has the prefix of Sarasara, so salamander. But we haven't had a frog fruit yet. So I think it would be really interesting in the future if, in being a part of the world government, or could possibly be a part of the Black Bear Pirates if she gets kidnapped or whatever. But it would be interesting if she got a frog fruit in the future. And furthermore, what would be interesting about this is that if you remember back in Water 7, right, we had a frog character named Yokozuna. Yokozuna is a type of frog known as a sumo frog. So if York in the future gets a fruit called the frog fruit model sumo frog, this would work out for her on a variety of levels, because one, this would be a great callback to Frankie in Water 7 and further bolster the idea that she is a foil to Frankie. Two, this works out her personality, because a sumo is known for keeping up a very high calorie diet, and being the Vegapunk satellite of greed, the personification of Vegapunk's greed, she does eat a lot and once was the stomach and rectum for 6 people. So I could see her getting an ability that then complements her lifestyle in being a sumo. And I guess in being a sumo frog, she would innately get the ability to perform sumo, which then correlates to a bunch of Frankie opponents that we've seen throughout the story, because a lot of them are very big characters that are known for using their large size or unique physiology to their advantage, much like how Frankie utilizes his cyborg physiology to his advantage. So what I mean by that is most Frankie opponents turn out to be foils to Frankie himself, like how Funkuro manipulated his physiology due to his use of the 6 powers known as paper arts, or like how Ikaros used his unique squid physiology to attack Frankie with the point on his head. And then we have characters like Sasuke that did use his weird Triceratops physiology to attack Frankie. So you got a lot of these characters who are big, who then use their weird bodies to fight Frankie, who too is big and uses his weird body to attack. And Frankie himself is associated with wrestling and boxing. So with that being said, I think if this is a development that is in the winds to happen, it would make a lot of sense for York to just become a big blonde sumo frog. I think it'll work out very nicely. Also, too, despite there being so many unique animals in the One Piece world, we never really get Zoan fruits that represent these animals. So for there to be a frog fruit model sumo frog would be a nice change of pace. But with that being said, give me your thoughts and tell your friends about Paula P. What's it?